Yeah, there we go. Give me one moment to do my... moment to... Oh, do my... I don't want to hear myself. Oh no! Let's get this up and running. And let's get the chat moved down. And then I can say hello to everyone. Apologies that I am slightly late in starting this Nintendo Direct reaction. It started about 20 minutes ago, but I was in the tail end of a meeting. Oh, which reminds me, I have to remind myself to book in to get paid for that meeting. I haven't done my payment forms. Oh no. Where can I put a note? I'm going to put a note on my phone quickly that I have to remember to get paid for the meeting I just did. Give me a second. I'm making a note on my calendar because the monitor that I am watching this Nintendo Direct on is also the monitor I would get paid on. I can't put my payment info up there. Give me a second. Invoice 20 pins. Yeah. There we go. I will remember to get paid for a big important meeting I was doing that could not be moved even for a Nintendo Direct. That's how you know it was a big important meeting I was in. Hey, Incompetent Hero. Oh, I expected delay to mean a couple of hours. I had no idea how delayed I would be. I knew I had a meeting starting an hour before the Direct, and it could be an hour, it could have been a 3-hour meeting. I did not know where that was going to go. Interrupting filing a scathing review to try and find out why this is 45 minutes long. Yeah, I'm curious about that. Hey, Gumba Master. Considering Gamescom is tonight, have you ever considered acquiring a haunted doll? Is that are you making a haunted doll watch reference from My Brother and Me? I don't know how that connects to Gamescom necessarily. I'm trying to draw the connection between those. Anyway, let's turn the volume down a little and then begin, I guess. Let's go for it. Give me a direct. Even if we have considerably fewer people than we would have had if I'd started on time, but
Peggy 7.
We'll make it work. So, I'm hoping for gameplay of this. I've said this elsewhere, but I'll say it now. I suspect the reason we're getting a direct for this today is it's going to be playable on the show floor at Gamescom tomorrow. I'm already going to pause. Because we're not watching it live, I might as well pause to talk about things. Of course, it's a Sakurai game. Of course, the theme song now has lyrics. That's very... Nintendo this last, 5 years has been very intent on giving lyrics to their theme songs. This is, I believe, the only first-party... I was going to say first-party developed, first-party published, because I hear rumor this might be Namco Bandai developed? Maybe a question mark? First-party property Nintendo game that is due to release in 2025 that we haven't yet seen gameplay of. Which makes this notable. No, genuine question because I'm neck-deep in watching Ghost Hunter videos. Well, yeah, but Gumba Master, this is where I'm still missing the connection, is you start with considering Gamescom is tonight. How does that... Well, Jeffrey, I guess it... I'd seen the words Bandai Namco and I assumed that's what it was. I've not yet seen it confirmed in the Direct, which is why I was like, I guess that's a thing. But I guess you're just telling me that's a thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the Gamescom connection, but Sepulture says, this is the first time I've seen this trailer. I'm already singing along to the theme song. Okay, I kind of like it with lyrics. I want to see... You know what? I'm gonna pause again, and I'm gonna talk about the stuff I would have talked about before watching this stream, if I'd arrived early enough. My big question here: why should people buy this in a year where they already bought a Mario Kart? Like, what is the selling point of this as a kart racer in a world where you already own Mario Kart? And I'm not saying that like there isn't a reason, but like I think that's the thing they need to answer.
いやー、ゲーム作りってなんでこんなに大変なんでしょうね。挨拶。
Let Sakurai stop having to make games. He's clearly fucking tired. Anytime this man is on screen, it's like, there's no one up to my level, so when I'm trying to record gameplay for the Smash Brothers Directs, I have to play with 2 controllers and want to control both characters because no one's good enough at the game to be in my videos. I learned to do like 3 controllers at once for some of this stuff. I single-handedly stayed up till 7 AM fixing its jump physics. Nintendo, why won't you let me leave? He seems like a lovely person, but he also seems like... We only ever see him at a desk, and part of me does wonder, is he chained to the desk? It really does seem like Nintendo has him locked in a... Like, if you looked at any other angle of this room, it would be bare concrete walls, and they're like, you're not allowed to leave, that you sold your soul for this, Sakurai, pay the consequence.
Sakurai はゼロです。こんにちは。
Hey, Sakurai.
ゲームキューブでリリースされていた前作カービィのエアライドから実に22年ぶりの復活となった
Air Ride it's a really aesthetically cute game. I like its
早速ですが、なぜ
style.
カービィのエアライダーという名前に変わったのという質問にお答えしますが
Okay, yeah. I
今回は
assumed
ライダーが選べる
I assumed this had to be the case. I was like, it's modern day Sakurai. He's not just gonna put Kirby in there. I'm curious. I'm gonna make a wild guess right now. We're not getting like non-Mario Nintendo characters in Mario Kart. I'm gonna put the random guess, and if you've seen further, don't spoil me. Other Nintendo characters in Kirby Riders for some reason. This is Kirby Riders is the Smash Brothers of kart racers now. I'm gonna put that out there.
からです
Kirby is here. Oh yeah, fuck it. I was saying this. Sakurai is doing that Smash Ultimate everybody is here thing again. This is it's the fucking revealing the character roster for Smash Brothers thing he does. This is going to be 45 minutes, not because it needs to be, but because Sakurai wants to stop every 2 seconds and tell you, like, here is a UI element I added, that, like, balances collision between characters. He's gonna get really fucking nerdy with this shit. Yeah, no clear weaknesses. Heavyweight hits hard with a powerful hammer. Okay, so he's got like a... Okay, do different characters have different, like, default weapons? I like the cart just being a dark skateboard. Bandana Waddle Dee! Come on, yeah, give us Solid Snake in Kirby. Chef Kawasaki, of course. Okay. Covers extra food.
前作では番外の2名がいたものの
There were 2 characters in the other game, but it was basically just Kirby.
カービィが様々なマシンに
Kirby could ride on various machines.
今回は各キャラの個性も楽しんでいただきま
Characters
し
have
ょう
unique traits.
なぜエアライドの新作を私が作ること
Why
に
did
な
I
ったの
make
かというと
Kirby Air Riders?
任天堂のソフト開発責任者であ
I
る
was gonna
高橋さんと
joke and say Nintendo forced me. Like, I wanted the answer to be, I've been begging Nintendo to allow me to create something that isn't Smash Brothers for 20 years, and they locked me in the Smash Brothers basement. They finally let me out, and this is the product I was desperate to make. But no, it's like, I finally got out of the room where they make me make Smash Brothers, and Takahashi was there, Shinya Takahashi was there, and he was like, oh, you thought you were out, did you? Oh, no. I have other requests for you. Why have I made this Nintendo won't let me leave?
当時の春研究所社長の三原さんにぜひともと強くお願いされたからです その頃私はスマブラスペシャ
I
ル
was
のダウン
working
ロー
on
ド
DLC
コンテン
for
ツ制
Smash
作に忙し
Ultimate.
くとても手がつけられなかったの
I
ですが
wasn't really able to get
マッハ
around
で
to the
企画書を完
request.
成させました
They asked him to do it while he was still making Smash Bros. And he was like, I can't make both of these at once, but I'll write you up a design document, I guess, while I'm still making Smash. And I'll get to this after, please. I do love his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is genuinely fascinating.
このあたりについては私のチャンネルでご紹介していますので見てやってください。開発担当はバンダイナムコスタ
The
ジオ
developer being Bandai Namco shouldn't be surprising to people. Bandai Namco also co-developed Smash Brothers. Like, people think of Smash Brothers as being Nintendo internally developed or developed by HAL Labs. It's like, there is oversight and there is stuff from HAL Labs and stuff from Nintendo, but like, Bandai Namco has been like a pretty damn strong support studio for Nintendo, like, the last, like, 5, maybe 8 years. A lot of the Switch generation, you would be surprised how many games credits you look at and, like, somewhere down the list Bandai Namco kind of helped work on them. Which is why you have, like, some Bandai Namco fighting game characters are pretty prominent in the Fighters Pass for Smash, for example.
研究所ではないのですね。
Okay, not
私
HAL
と空と
Laboratory.
バンダイナムコ
Okay.
スタジオはスマブラ4やスマブラスペシャルと同じタッグと
Yeah,
いうこと
yeah,
にな
yeah.
ります
Yeah, I knew that Bandai Namco had worked on Smash before. Yeah, Smash 3D, 3DS and Wii U. Cool, yeah. Oh, hey, Delta. I'm supposed to wear these, and I always forget to. I particularly wear them when I am doing work sessions with games where I might get motion sick because I'm supposed to wear them. I have ADHD, and I forget to wear my glasses sometimes.
は本題です。
Okay, the main topic.
カービィのエアライドとは、つまりカービィを使った
Let's start with the main topic. A game from 20 years ago. No, tell me about the
これ
new
は
one.
マリオカートで
Is
良い
it
ですね
just Mario Kart?
キャラもののレースで離陸のあるコースを走ったり戦ったりすると、これは完
It
全にマリオ
basically
カー
is
トで
like
良い
Mario
でしょう。
Kart. I'm gonna make a guess now. I think the big difference is gonna be, well, Mario Kart World has gone in one direction as aimed to be like, you're doing like the paths between tracks, and it's less to do with doing like loops of the same one track, and it's this big open world. This is gonna be the kart racer for, I just want like one big like feature track, and I do 3 loops, and I finish the race, and then I go to a different race somewhere else, and it's not the open world concept. Hey, Faster on Wheels. Delta says, I've worn glasses since I was 17 and just had to make wearing them part of my routine, so I remember to put them on. Here's the thing, I remember to put them on when I'm working, like, during the daytime, and then I go down for dinner, I do the washing up, I come back up to stream, and I forget to put them back on.
私も
Reminds
話を
me,
聞い
I've
た
also
時に
forgot to
そう
take
思
my
っ
meds.
た。それでもやるの？だけど何よりファンが知っています。このゲームの訴求点は
The
レー
appeal
ス
of the
ではな
game
い。
is not the races.
とりあえずゲーム画面を初公開
Yeah,
しま
people have
す。
been talking about wanting to play this game, have been not talking about the races, which is interesting.
3, 2, 1, start!
Ooh, this looks visually very nice. I want you to confirm that this has a 120 FPS mode in handheld. I would really like to see this be 120 FPS handheld.
本当に作られていますね。これからたっぷり説明させていただきます。
Yeah, I guarantee they're going to confirm at some point during this that it's playable at
基
Gamescom
本的
this
なマ
week.
シンの走らせ方についてここ大事なのでぜひ覚えてください。
Okay.
さまざまな形状や特徴を持つ乗り物、これがエアライドマシン、略してマシン。上に乗る人は通称ライダー。
They're not
ドライバ
called
ーではないですね。
drivers. They're not called the people who ride these machines aren't called drivers. What do you think this is? Drag X Drive, the game where we don't call them wheelchair users, we call them drivers. Is that what they called them? I think they called them drivers.
マシンは通常ホバーのように床から少し浮き上がっています。そして自動的に前進しています。
They move forward automatically. Okay, no need to press a button to accelerate.
スティックを前に倒す必要もないので
I don't
注意
need
し
to
て
lift
ください。
the tilt the left stick
まっすぐ走って
forward.
いるときはスティック左右だけで向きを変えます。
Okay.
操作はワンボタン。
You use one
プッシュ
button
を
for the
使って
controls.
制御します。ボタン
Okay, okay. From an accessibility perspective, I do like the idea of a multiplayer racing game that is a one-button, one-stick racer. I think that is particularly good from an accessibility perspective on the Switch, or the Switch 2, because of the fact that you have a controller form factor that is designed to be held one-handed, as opposed to the BT. Thank you very much for the 53 months of sub. As opposed to like with a PlayStation or Xbox controller, you're holding half of a controller if you hold it one-handed, and having to deal with the fact that the other half of its weight is unsupported. Nintendo is the place where one-handed controls have a controller that really benefits them. Oh god, they are not drivers as Kirby is a sovereign citizen. Kirby is traveling. With some remapping, this could be one-handed. Yeah, this seems like it would be really easy to one-hand map, which is really cool. We'll see, yeah. We'll see where else
を
this
押す
goes.
とマシンが地につきプッシュしてブレーキ。同時にボタンを押しっぱなしでチャージを行います。ただまっすぐ走ってる時にボタンを押してもあまり意味ない。
Okay, so the button is simultaneously your charge hold, but it's also your brake.
きつめのコーナーがあった時、
You come across a sharp
スティッ
corner.
クを真横に倒しながらボタンを押すことでザザッと血を滑
Okay,
り
you use it to
ドリフトしま
charge
す
or drift around
プッシュ
corners.
し続けることが大事。そしてチャージをため続けカーブの出口で一気に解放。
Okay,
ドリフトを
so
兼ね
as
たチャ
someone
ージ
that
を
like
繰り
played
返
a
すこ
little
と
bit
で
of,
激しく速く進めます。
as someone that played a little bit of Air Riders back on the GameCube, but not a lot. I get that the idea of this one is it is all about flow and momentum. It's just about like not losing any speed as you like forward, speed through the curve, speed through the curve. You're like just trying to keep that like forward speed going.
ドリフトを兼ねたチャージを繰り返すことで激しく速く進めます。
And this is how you build acceleration, is by consistently drifting as many corners as you
ボタンもスティ
can.
ック前入力も不要です。基本は左右とカーブでボタン。そして多くのマシンは滑空することができます。
Machines can also glide
決められた飛
mostly.
行エリアがあるので
Tara, thank you very much for the
ジャンプ台を
22
踏み
months
切
of
れば
sub.
グライダーのように宙に舞います。
Okay, you auto glide if you go off a
スティックを手
bounce.
前に引く。つまり下に入力すると機を上げて上に浮かびます。
Okay, yeah, this makes sense.
スティックを前に倒すと
Honestly, I
機を下げ
kind
て
of like
効果
this control scheme from
な
what
の
I'm
で普段
seeing. It's
走ってる時
interesting.
前に入力し続けないでください。ジャンプ台
Okay,
で
you have to be
いきなり
careful
落ちてしまう
not
の
to
で
push the stick forward so you don't just
着地は
nosedive
華
off
麗
of
に地面に
bumps.
平行に合わせてください。
Much like a
Nice
skateboarding
touch
game, you've got to try, or a snowboarding game, you've got to try and land
ハンドルを
flat
切
to
る
get
に
a
も
boost.
飛行するにも優しく操作をすることが大事ですね。そして
Okay.
前作はプッシュを司るワンボタンのみで遊べた
The
ので
previous
すが
game used a single
今
button
回
for
は残念なが
everything.
らボタンを一つ追
Oh.
加してしまいました。
Oh no!
その方が遊び
Unfortunately,
の
a
幅が
second
広がるので
button. How dare Sakurai? How dare you make this a two-button, one-stick game?
マシンを落ち着けるプッシュボタンに対してスペシャルボタンと言います。
Oh, this is
チャ
for
ージゲージの
King
近くにスペ
DDD
シャルゲージがあり
whacking
ま
the
す。
the hammer or
これが溜
whatever.
まった時にボタンを押すと
Oh, okay. Gauge has to be
ス
full.
ペシャル技が発動します。
Okay, okay.
各
So
ライダー
this
ごとに個性
so this isn't like Smash Bros. Where you're picking up item boxes. It's each character has the thing they do, like a Final Smash. The thing they do when their meter lands. Honestly, the Excite Truck comparison makes sense. I haven't thought of Excite Truck in a while. I did like that game. Reducing the control scheme will definitely be helpful for some people, which is super great. The need to push two things at once makes it a bit tougher. Yeah, I wonder whether being able to remap your controller to be like, instead of being B and Y, it could be like B and trigger, so you're like thumb and one of these two fingers. Like, I can see ways you could make this... Yeah, like remapping to shoulder, maybe. you're doing like B and shoulder rather than B and Y. But I'm still seeing, like, this is a simple enough control scheme to map down to a single controller that, like, I think it's a reason, like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that they went from 1 button to 2. Like, obviously, there will be some people that will be a barrier for, but I think it's still a very light on inputs control scheme. Yeah, or remapping to the back paddles on the Pro Controller 2, etc. Yeah, there are ways you can work with this. Some specials increase speed, other unleash attacks. Okay, Ultra Sword for Kirby, that looks satisfying. Rocket forward with a hammer. Big speed, twirly spear. In-game remapping would be really nice. I agree that it's probably not going to happen, but I would love to see it. Oh, that snowball is really satisfying. I can see myself doing a lot of I can see myself playing a lot of light blue Kirby. Gappy is here. What else does this button do? Okay, you're not going to tell me. Fine, Sakurai, keep your secrets.
今お話ししたことを含め各種走行テクニックは教習所で学ぶことができます。ゲームする前にチャレンジしてみると良いですね。全部のチェックを埋めたらこのゲームのテクニックは万全になっているはず。
I'm glad that this kind of content's here. Despite this seeming like a fairly simple game to get into, I'm glad that that's there.
マシンの性能は様々です。
Okay, so there's... And you know what? I'll say this for things that differentiate this from Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World has really simplified down a lot of the, like, specificity of, like, the importance of your customization. And it's nice to see Kirby Air Ride go, maybe pick up the torch there a little bit of, like, you are putting together components that not just stat-wise, but, like, in terms of functionality, really change up the build you're making. Yeah, I agree with faster on wheels. It's really nice that, like, a lot of this stuff is being fully integrated into the Direct and not just separated out as, like, an easy mode thing. Yeah. I love how the description for this one isn't like a thing it can do uniquely or anything to do with its stats. Just an interesting design compared to other types. It's weird, it's only got one wheel in it. Like, this one causes major damage even on a single hit versus that one's a weird design. Fragile, but excellent acceleration. That's a cool aesthetic, that glider.
小回りが利くといった基本性能だけではなく仕様が変わります。例えばヘビースターはチャージをため、それを燃料として走ります。
Uses charged as fuel.
リンズスターは走りと止まりしかありません。
Oh, that's funky. Oh. Oh, this is some weird fucking vehicle design. Okay, I'm on board. You know what? You know what? This fucking vehicle is the thing that has made me go, okay, I now see this isn't Mario Kart. Mario Kart would
前回
never.
は大きく分けてスタータイプとバイクタイプという2種があり
Yeah,
ましたが、
previously it was
新た
stars
な
or
タイプが
bikes.
登場しま
There's
す。
new types. Chariot.
二輪走行で安定して走れます。ついでに言うとかっこいい。
Tank.
プッシュしても速度を止めずに直進します。そして向いている方向にチャージダッシ
Ooh, sharp
ュ。耐久性も
boosts.
高いです。
Oh, you can just like fully turn on the
これ
dot.
が一つの魅力になっています。
Oh, that tank
ところ
turn
でマ
is
シン
so
はルールに
interesting.
よっては壊れかけることがあります。実はこの時少しスピードアップしています。
You get a speed boost when
有効
damaged.
かもしれませんね。
Okay, we're playing around with boost, but also damage to the vehicle in that sort of slightly F-Zero-ish way.
前作ではメタナイトとデデデがかろうじて参加していましたが、マシンを自由に選べませんでした。今回は自由に乗せ替えることができてよかったね。
Good for them.
ライダーは
Good
他
for
にもい
them
ま
that
す
they can change their vehicles. Saint Nobody, you've missed, you missed about 10 minutes of 45 minutes. Here's what I would summarize. Sakurai didn't choose to make this game. Nintendo locked him in a basement and said, you're gonna make it. He's making it with Bandai Namco. The most important thing, there's characters other than Kirby, and there's vehicles that control in really fucking weird ways that I'm very into. Like, the vehicle that, like, doesn't do smooth turns around corners. It's, you pick a direction and you boost in that direction, and then you stop, pick a direction, boost in that direction, and it's like, pa-ching, stop, pa-ching. That's the gist of it. I think, like, that's how I would summarize. Oh, and it's gone from, the previous game was one stick and one button. It's now one stick and two buttons. Because you can do specials. There you go. Magalore is here! Oh god, yeah, he's doing the is here splash screens. Is this gonna be the new, we get a fighter's pass? I don't know. Master Chief is here. Give us Master Chief and a Warthog. In Kirby Air Riders. Okay, yeah, lots of specific variations for characters. Oh, this is... Yeah, this is... Mario Kart is very normal and tame compared to this. This is the cousin that Mario Kart doesn't invite to, like, Christmas dinner, because they're like... Kirby Air Riders is, I would say, is the cool relative you should be inviting to Christmas dinner, but, you know, Mario Kart's a little buttoned up for that. This is Sakurai having fun, to be honest. I hope it is, because again, if he had told me, why am I making this? Because I asked Nintendo to let me have a break from Smash, I'd have looked at this and said the same as you. It looks like Sakurai having fun. But I am aware he's doing it because Nintendo were like, I know you haven't even finished the last one, but make more games. I have no idea if we'll get Cosmic Horror. We'll see. Knuckle Joe! Can I just say, it feels like we've gotten way more actual interesting information out of this Direct than we did out of the Mario Kart one already. This is a way more interesting Direct for a game I didn't think I cared as much about. Oh, we actually get to see all of the really nitty-gritty stats. Yeah, please don't spoil. We're a ways off.
デデデの方は最高速度や攻撃力、耐久力が上がります。 しかし走行性能が変わるだけではありません。
Not only racing performance
例えば
changes,
デデデやメタナイトは近接攻撃ができ
DDD and Meta Knight do close range
敵に近寄るだ
attacks.
けで自動打撃。キャピーは帽子がシールドになっていて打撃に少し耐えます。マシンも特徴深いですからそれに合うライダーを探せるというようですね。
Oh, there's gonna be a really
もちろんコー
complicated
スや
meta
ルー
for
ルにも
this.
相性が生きると思います。だからエアライドではコースを選んでからマシンライダーを
Okay, yeah,
選ぶことに
you're taking a lot of Smash Brothers like competitive considerations into this. You pick the course first so that players, when they're picking their rider, can pick a rider that makes sense for the selected course. This feels like the mindset of someone who has spent the last 20 years making pretty serious competitive fighting games.
しかしライダーが選べるとなると気になること、コピー能力はカービーしか使えないのでは。カービーシリーズですから敵キャラクターから様々な
Okay,
コピー
Kirby
能
gets
力を
copy
奪います。
abilities.
それはカービーの専売特許。
This is unique to
他のライ
Kirby.
ダーに対して有利というか楽しさに差が出すぎますよね。そこでいろんなライダーがコピー能力を使えるようにしてしまい
Other
ます。
characters get copy abilities. Think of the implications to Kirby lore. How do you stop King Dedede if he can do copy abilities?
すべてのライダーにコピー防止付き。そこまでやるか。
Okay, I like this. You know what? You know what? I respect the hell out of this, particularly considering how Sakurai has talked previously about the fact he hates having to design so many copy abilities for Kirby and Smash. And now it's like, oh, I gotta make the copy abilities work with every fucking Kirby character. Okay. No, this isn't Kirby's already eaten the other characters and it's Kirby racing as himself. Because he couldn't then do another copy ability on top of his copy ability, it's one at a time. Unless we're in whatever that one where you could combine them was, actually. Maybe. Oh, this does look really fun and
ちなみに
unique.
プラズマ能力はスティックをガチャガチャする必要がなくなりました。自動でパワーがたまります。
You no longer have to wiggle the stick to charge up the plasma ability. That's accessibility right there. That's an accessibility improvement. That's taking out a mandatory stick wiggle QTE that would be an inaccessible input and just getting rid of that. It's not a setting in the settings menu, but that is more accessible.
プッシュで発射。コピー能力は単に攻撃するだけではなくスピードを上げるためのものもあります。
Genuinely, that's
コピー
really
を持つ敵キャラを
exciting.
捉えるには目の前でプッシュ。つまりポンとボタンを押す。カービィは吸い込みですが他のライダーではキャプチャーという技で捕まえます。コック川崎やオタまで捉えるなどちょっ
Hey.
と特殊な
She wiggled my stick till I plasmid. Given the only controllers going left and right on the stick, yeah, it makes sense from that perspective. I'm just taking the accessibility win here. It's rare that I watch a Nintendo Direct and multiple times get to stop it and go, that's pretty accessible. Oh, I really wish I was at Gamescom this week now. This is the first year in the last 3 years I haven't gone to Gamescom for work. I want to go hands-on with this. I kind of want Kirby Air Riders to be next week's AA episode. Also, I'm wondering how close this is going to release to now. No spoilers if you know. The Nintendo Direct app today briefly said that the entire Kirby Air Riders soundtrack is coming to Nintendo Music imminently, and then they took it down. And that does make me go, is this game closer to release than we think it is?
コピー能力を持っていない相手を捉えたら星型弾にして打ち出します。なおコースを徘徊する敵キャラを倒すと砕けた星を得て加速します。敵を倒した方が有利。キャプチャーによる星型弾やコピー能力などを駆使してガンガン倒すと良いでしょう。 ルールによってはライダー単体で歩くこともあります。ここでしれっと新キャラを出しましたが、
スターマン。
キノコのキャピーも含めてもともと雑魚的だけれど、ライダーは
Was a
メ
weak
ジャーなキャラクタ
enemy.
ーばかりではありません。
Okay, much like Mario Kart World, we're doing really niche characters
これ
as
を機に
playables.
スターマンの可愛さに気づいてくれる人が増えたらいい
I
な。
want more people to like this man who is a star in a cape.
とりあえず先にエアライド、つまりレースモードについて説
Air
明して
ride
いきま
is
しょう。
races.
個性あふれるマシンとライダーでゴールを競うものですね。最大参加人数は6人です。技術的にはもっと増やすことは可能なのですが、適切に1位を競うのはこのぐらいがバランス良いと思うので、
So we're going completely the opposite direction to Mario Kart, which is going like bigger tracks, bigger player counts, more chaos, more interconnected. This is, it's like it's very curated tracks, 6 races at a time only. Air ride is racist. Yeah, Jeffrey, air ride is racist. You heard it here.
絞っていく。
Damn Nintendo.
参加者が多くなるとごちゃごちゃしすぎたり、勝ち抜く可能性も低くなったりしますから。とりあえずこれから1周だけに絞って遊
Okay,
ん
show
で
me a
みま
lap.
す。人のプレイでは画面用意するかもしれませんから、画面から少し離れたり、画面を小さくするのがおすすめです。
Sakurai, you can't tell me what to do. I object. I'm coming closer. I want to really see this race.
ブウォーターを選んでみましょう。キャラモノのレースの海コースって青い海、白い砂浜、ラテンが流れていたりしてのどからリゾート風味になりがちですが、このカービィのエアライダーはそんなに
I
甘
would
くは
go
ないで
closer
す。
just to spite Sakurai,
ご
but
覧ください。
I can't read chat so easily if I get any
海の
closer.
面行ってみます。
3, 2,
海がいきなり言われてますけどね。
Oh, that's a really...
わあすごい。何が起こってんだろうなんてのんびりしてる場合じゃないですか。敵が走った双方奇跡にはスタースリップ。
That's a really fast-paced countdown and intro. This...
それを捉えること
I
で
like the pace of this now we're going.
また自身が敵キャラクターとかライバルを攻撃するとその分スピードアップすることができます。
This is really
攻撃によ
beautiful
って相手の
course
足を引っ
design.
張るというのではなくて、攻撃によって自身をスピードアップするというそういう遊びなんですね。今カッター能力とかで徐々にスピードアップしてますけど。
I like how Sakurai had to like really stop himself at the start line so that like he didn't just absolutely decimate the CPU straight away. It's like, I'll give you a second to get a head
すご
start.
いですね。生きた水というコンセプトで、このコースは作っていますけど、コピーもう一個取ってみて。
Oh, I like the pop-up in the center of the screen to go, hey, your special's ready, don't miss it. There's nice and clear iconography.
このまんま。
This is a really fast-paced, action-y game for something that is like a 2-button, 1-stick.
ああ、これは気持ちのいいやつですね。気持ちのいいゲームですね。というふうに攻撃行動はいろいろあるけれど、それによってスピードアップをしていくという遊びが。
Fun fact, Incompetent Hero, it was the word ass that tripped up Auto Mod, not the word tits.
取れたのではないかと思います。あと海の面ダイナミックですね。
Yeah, it doesn't feel too overwhelming.
音
The
楽も
speed
含め
looks
てコ
fun.
ースは密度高くよく作られていると思います。同じようなところがあまりなく、くるくる
Okay,
展
not a
開
lot
が
of
変わりま
repetition in the
す。
soundtrack. Oh, look at these! Look at these color palettes. This is a gorgeous level design. Right? Great contrast. Saint Nobody says I might need to play this mostly handheld for the 120 FPS. Is that confirmed? They've not said 120 FPS during this direct yet that I have seen. If they have confirmed it elsewhere, that's spoilers to me. Ooh. I like this aesthetic, but I hope It's Nintendo, there won't be. I would really like a way to disable some of the visual effects in this level, because I feel like this glitching is going to be really hard on the eyes for some photosensitive users. This, or some users, you know, with visually oversensitive, overstimulatable users, for example. Okay, not confirmed, you're just speculating, okay. I'm hoping this does. The art style, the track design, and the pace of it feels like it would be a great fit for 120 FPS. Yeah, no worries, it's... I've already had a couple of people mention a couple of things in chat before they came up in this direct, so like I wasn't sure if this was one of those. No worries.
勝つために大事なテクニックをご紹介しておきます。まずはスタースリップ。マシンは星をまき散らかしながら走りますが、その星を得ることで
Okay, so this is like getting into the slipstream. Okay, yeah, I like slipstreaming mechanics. I like the idea of being behind other racers gives you a way to catch up to them inherently.
捉えていきましょう。そしてライバルや敵キャラへの攻撃。ヒット時に出てくる星屑を受けてスピードアップできます。星屑はマシンのパワーである。いろんな攻撃アクションができるゲームですが、先行者の邪魔をしたり足を引っ張ることが主体ではありません。やられた時のダメージリアクションも低めです。
Yeah. Okay. So again, unlike something like Mario Kart where you get hit and you like noticeably stop for a while, getting hit is a minor slowdown rather than a big slowdown here. Yeah, you want to be attacking to get their stars, you want to be doing speed boosts around corners, that's more important than...
オンラインでフレンドではない誰かと遊んでる時には、フィニッシュ後、さっさと次のセッションを探します。他の人のゴールを待っている必要はないのですね。
Oh, that's fun.
次々と遊んでください。
Rule Spider, I agree with you. I think this is a great template for what Chocobo Riders should have been. I think you are correct. Yeah, this does feel like it is a much more competition-focused kart racer. It is clear that this is a kart racer made by a man who, for the last 20 years, has been making mostly fighting games that have been, like, mainstays at EVO, and has taken, like, that... I made a party fighting game and accidentally made a very highly competitive one, and I'm now doing that to kart racers, and I'm like, oh, I kind of love that. Oh, more karts. Also, how long do we have left of this thing? Where is my mouse? We still have, like, half an hour of this shit. How? What? I feel like, because here's the thing, they're showing this game clearly because, like, I don't have confirmation of this, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be at Gamescom tomorrow. The amount of it they're showing makes me think that, like, we're going to get to the end of this direct and be like, it's out next week, fuckers. Like, it feels like it's building up to a this is way closer than you think reveal. Like, I'm now starting to go, is this going to release before Metroid Prime 4? Okay, yeah. So much of this is the DNA that Sakurai's been building up for 20 years in Smash, carrying and being carried back to Air Riders. This whole rules formatting, for example. You can slow down the game speed. That's accessibility, but it's also a setting. That's an accessibility setting, Sakurai. Hell yeah. You know what? This is going to be next week's AA episode, I think. I wish Sakurai had talked about this like 2 days ago, because I could have made this yesterday's episode. It could have gone up Friday. Do I have to record something? I might have to record something midweek to talk about this.
より平均巡航速度が少し上がっていますから、ゲームスピードが速いと思ったらお試しください。エアライドは通常マシンを壊せることはないのですが、
Yeah, I agree, Genevieve Graves. It looks like this game is like complete and just sat on a shelf waiting for like Nintendo to give it permission to be out. Yeah, say nobody. I don't know if they would do it, but part of me's going, would Nintendo go, fuck it, it's out today? Incompetent Hero says, where's City Trial? I don't know. We've got half an hour of this bloody direct still. We're only 15 minutes into it, 45 minutes in. Because I keep stopping to talk about interesting stuff. Oh, it was on a menu earlier, apparently. Oh yeah, here we go. City Trial. It's the main event. There's a map with a limited amount of space. It's still a sandbox, but... It's set on a floating island.
その名もスカイア。
Skya.
他のフィールドはありません。人によっては長い
Okay,
付き合い
it's
になる
the
ことで
only
しょう。
city trial map.
スカイアは限られた箱庭空間ですが、様々な
It
場
does
所
have
がありま
borders,
す。
but also different areas. Okay, as someone that didn't play a huge amount of the GameCube one, you're gonna have to explain to me, Sakurai, what this mode is and why this is the main thing. Because, like, the racing seems very cool to me. I need to... It looks very pretty, but I do need to be explained to what is this mode and why is it the one everyone loves. Yeah, Jeffrey says, why is this good? Because Mario Kart World did this and it turned out to be the most boring part. Everyone who I've seen talking about this says this is the best part of the GameCube game. It was Mario Kart Battle Mode, but way more fun. Oh, so it's Battle Mode. It's a more interesting Battle Mode. Okay, yeah, because that's what Mario Kart World was kind of missing. Is it had the big space, but like it needed like a Battle Mode in the big space. Okay, it's Smash Run with carts. Ooh, you get stat pickups. Okay, I see.
ざっくりご紹介します。
Collect power, then do
このスカイア
versus.
を舞台
Okay.
に自由に走り回り、
Oh, so it's a fighting game on carts.
マシンを
Cool.
見つけて乗り換え、あちこちに落ちてい
Okay.
るハープを拾い合う。
Okay, so you can hot swap to different vehicles. You collect power ups.
制限時間は5分間。
5-minute time limit. Oh. So you have 5 minutes to find the cart you want, collect the power-ups you want, get the build you want.
するとそのままスタジアムへ。
And
小型マシン
then...
と様々な特性のスタジアム一つで決着をつけます。
Oh! You then go do a bunch of, like, Mario Party style, like, minigame courses and shit with your custom cart you built? Okay, okay.
まずは対戦人数について。前作は画面分割で
You can do 4-player split screen back in the day,
最大で
but now
16人参加できるようになりました。
up to 16 can play City Trial together. For a second, I thought he was going to say 16-player split screen.
もちろんオンライン対応ですし、
Sports
仲間
online
と
play,
直接
local
持ち寄って
wireless,
も楽しめます。なお、ローカル通信の場合は
8-player
プレイヤーは
local.
8人まで CP と含めて16人にはできます。対応人数が増えた分、フィールドは前作より広めになっています。同時対戦できる人は増えましたが、一人で遊んでも面白いので CP を好きな数だけ入れて延々と試すのも良いと思います。
Okay, this does look really fun. Now I'm seeing the appeal.
与えられた5分で戦うスカイアの遊びについてゲームの流れとともに少し説明しておきます。 まず、
Okay.
ライダーを1人選びます。
Select a rider.
マシンは最初、ライトスターとい
You
う
don't
小
select
さ
your
いマシン
machine.
固定で選べません。ライトスターは扱いやすいけど弱い。
Can I just say, I genuinely love Sakurai's style of directs. It's why I always appreciated the in-depth Smash Bros. Directs. I do really love that Sakurai, like, clearly understands the nitty-gritty of what he has made in a way that, like, it's genuinely really enjoyable to just watch him enthuse about all the little tiny details of, like, I made a thing, and this is how I made it, and this is why I made it this way. Look at all the little details I did.
ゲームスタートしたら、なるべく早くマシンを見つけて乗り換えてしまいましょう。誰も乗っていないマシンを空車と言います。ここで大事なこと。
Okay, vacant machines.
ボタンが一つ増えたという話をしました。
There's the special button now.
空車に向けてスペシャルボタンを押すと、マシンを降りずして直接乗り換えられます。ライトスターと自身のマシンが壊れかけている場合に限り、空車にただぶつかるだけでも乗り換えられます。
Oh, the hot swapping vehicles
前
is
作は
fun.
いちいち降りる必要があったので進歩したもんですね。なお、降車もスペシャルボタン長押しでできます。また、相手の壊れかけマシンを奪うこともできます。そして、
Oh, I like that. If a vehicle's about to break, you can steal it and it gets fully rehealed, so you get to have it at full health.
アップを行います。パワーアップには種類があり、加速、最高速、旋回、飛行力、攻撃力、
Oh, this is so
な
cool.
ど自身を有利にするものが落ちています。コンテナがあったらクイックスピンなどで壊しましょう。クイックスピンはいわゆるレバガチャ、
Oh,
スティックをガチャガチ
okay.
ャすることで発動します。
There is an input that is shake the
攻
stick.
撃アイ
Is
テ
there
ム
an
でライバルを攻
alternative?
撃し、パワーアップを落とさせて奪うこともで
Is
き
there a
ま
way
す。
to avoid having to do that stick wiggle?
もしもマシンが壊れたらライダー単体で歩いたりジャンプすることができます。
Oh.
さっさと空車を見つけて乗り換えていきましょう。
Do you keep your power-ups? Are the power-ups on you,
さ
or
ま
are
ざ
they
ま
on
な
the
箇所で
machine you
マシン
were
に乗り
on?
換えパワーアップを取って
Do you
強化
take
してい
your
きま
power-ups
す。
with you to the next
フィ
machine?
ールドでは
Say nobody says it's genuinely surprising to me we're seeing this before any added content for Mario Kart. I guess so, but I also think Mario Kart is such a long-term game, they've got plenty of time for that. Like, they don't necessarily have to add new content while that game is still selling, and when it seems to slow, that's when they can, like, boost new stuff into it.
さまざまなイベントが起こります。翻弄されたり、
Well, this is so
稼いだりと
fun!
まちまち。
Yeah, this is
その
100% the
中
kind
で
of shit
特に
that
特
Mario
徴
Kart's
的な
open
新イ
world
ベ
was
ントをご
missing.
紹介します。ショートレースとデスマッチ。それらのイベントが始まるとフィールドのどこかにスタートエリアが生じます。まずはそこに急いでください。
Okay.
もちろん参加しないのも手です。早く入るとスタートまでの待ち時間にパワーアップをもらい続けられます。
Oh, if you get there early, you just get free
シ
power-ups.
ョートレースの場合、スタート地点に入った人でフィールドの一部を区切った街中レースが始まります。なお、部外者から見るとレース参加者はゴースト化しており干渉できません。レースが終わったら順位に応じたパワーアップ。デスマッチの場合、スタート地点に入った人同士でバトルします。もちろんバトル寄りの性能にしていた人がいます。
Oh.
飛行系のマシンは普段自由度が高いですが耐久性は低いのでご注意。ただ不利でも参加した方が結果的にパワーアップしやすいかも。1回倒されるとデスマッチから退場しますがマシンは壊れません。耐久力は回復しフィールド探索再開です。こちらも報酬パワーアップをもらえるのでほとんど結果を出せなくとも参加した方が有利かと思いま
This
す。
is really
多分
selling this game to me in a way that, like, I came into this going, why would I want to pick this up in the same year as Mario Kart? This has done a really good job of
出
getting
演す
me
るイ
on
ベント
that
もありま
track.
す。例えばクラック。ダイナブレードも前作から続けて登場です。
Oh yeah, I do think it is the Smash announcer, yeah. Yeah, Mario Kart World, you did not make nearly this good of a use of the open world space. This is a tiny little island and it's doing it better. Phew. Okay, you keep your power-ups if you switch vehicles. That's good to know. Thank you, Genevieve. It's not a good idea to blindly collect as many power-ups as you can. There are instances where you want to... Oh. You might collect so many power-ups it becomes hard to control your vehicle because you're going faster than you can handle. Okay.
最高速度を高めようとすると軽量化により防御力が減るなど反力がかかる可能性もあります。
Oh, increasing your speed decreases your defense. Sometimes increasing a lot of a thing will inherently decrease something else.
そうこうしてフィールドを走り回っているうちに5分の制限。
Captain Orc, I haven't seen the price of this game yet because we're watching the direct now. We haven't finished it. Is that the price of the game? I guess. Is that confirmed? As a reminder, I am watching a delayed stream of this. I have not seen further than where we are now.
時間がやってきます。そして仕上がったマシンの性能を確認しつつ全員スタジアムに流れます。めちゃくちゃ速い。
Okay, please don't spoil it. I have not looked at Discord yet. I've not seen. Okay, yeah, Captain Orc. I haven't finished the direct yet, so if we can stick to the stuff that has been seen up to this point in the direct, that would be ideal. Okay, even if the direct doesn't show the price, I haven't gone and looked at the price yet because I'm still watching the direct. So, yeah, we'll get there. I apologize if I'm being funny about this. I'm trying my best to experience this as I go as best I can. Okay, so battle mode. Launch yourself as far as you can. Jeffrey, I think that is the case. I think that he spent 5 minutes explaining the part of that mode that will take 5 minutes. So he's like, we've been describing it for 5 minutes now. Now I'll show you what happens after the 5 minutes. Right, that's such a delightfully nerdy thing to do, and I love it. Sakurai says, I'm going to make a racing game really skill-based, and yet I'm going to give you 2-button gameplay system. No way it's going to be that deep gameplay-wise with just 2 buttons. Watch me, everyone. Right? A simple input scheme doesn't have to mean a simple game. You can have simplified inputs and a really complex, rich game. And I love that. A game with a lot of tactical depth and complex mechanics with a rich, simple input scheme. I'm honestly really disappointed I didn't get this in the Fantasy Critic League. I'm looking at this going, I do think this is probably going to review way better than the original did. Because, like, what I played of the original game was, like, I remember it vaguely as being like, yeah, this is, like, nice, but, like, it felt like it was a warm-up for something. And, like, this feels like it's really gone, okay, we took a good idea and we made it great. I'm like, oh.
育てたマシンに有利不利が生まれます。基本的にはスタジアム種は多くの中からランダムで
Stray Cat Rock says, I've noticed there's a real split between US/UK people and Kirby's Air Ride. Is it a much more US thing, is it?
選ばれます。まず16人参加ということは1位になる可能性は16分の1しかないということになりますよね。中には100人で対戦をするようなゲームもあるので、気にしないでいいのかもしれないけれど、あんまり勝ち目がないのも厳しい。それにせっかく育てたマシンがスタジアムのランダムによって勝ち目が一切ないというのも、そのいい加減さが。
I like that Sakurai is open to going, I don't know 100% the answers to these like big game design questions of strategy versus randomness and skill-based versus anyone has a chance at winning. I like that he kind of acknowledges that like some of these questions don't have great answers.
アバウトで適当だからこその良さもあります。まあしかしどんなマシンでもある程度奮戦できそうな手を考えました。今回は
How mysterious.
スタジアム種をランダムで出てくる4つの中から選べるようにしました。
Okay, you can vote on the stage you want to do.
などに応じて好きなスタジアムを選んでください。
You might vote based on the power-ups you know you've picked up.
スタジアムの傾向はばらつくようにしています。成長結果
Oh, it's showing recommendations. So it's like, hey, based on how you built that cart, you might want to vote for this one. Your cart's probably going to be pretty good at this one. Right, and those little moments, as you say, Jeffrey, of like, he's like Scratchy's feeling like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? He seems human for it.
ことによりおすすめマークがついているので迷ったらここに入りましょう。16人の参加者は同じく提示された4つのスタジアムのどこかに入ることになりますが、どこに誰が入ったのかはスタートするまでわからず、ここから駆け引きが始まっています。自分が飛行型マシンだからと飛行系競技を選ぶのも手ですが、誰かがより突出した飛行マシンを完成させていたと見たら対戦を避けてスピード系や障害物系に行くのもありですね。もちろんその裏を書いて突出した飛行マシンが飛行競技ではなくスピード競技に入るのもありです。なるほど、これは面白いですね。ではシティトライアルを CP 相手に分けてみましょう。CP を11人で12人戦で試してみます。とにかく毎回展開がコロコロ変わるので取れ高が高いものになるというのですけれども、
Also, gosh, we're only a couple of hours away now from opening night live of Gamescom kicking off.
はい、始め。
I am going to do a reaction stream actually live for opening night live, but I'm gonna put it out here now. Okay, there's some doing the bingo for that's going to be interesting because I've been doing some work stuff. I do know some of tonight's I do know about some of tonight's announcements. So there are some things I can't do that I'm going to have to be careful how I speculate about for the bingo. But I will say this, I don't have any prior knowledge, but I do believe that we're going to get the Hollow Knight Silksong release date tonight. And I think it's going to be the same date as the Xbox Rogue Ally X. I believe that is probably happening tonight.
最初のライトスターは弱いのでよく見て近くのマシンに乗り換えを行う必要がありますね。ウィングスターあるからそれ乗り換え。
I think this will be the final time Silksong shows up on the bingo. I think it's... Oh, you caught me. I am the solo dev of Silksong. How did you know? I'm sorry I took so long making it and didn't tell you how progress was going. That was rude of me.
コンテナを見つけてそれを破壊して中身を得るというのがいいですね。
You only get to put 4 already knowns on the bingo card. Here's the thing, I might put... If there are already existing vocal rumors about those things being there, then maybe I'll still put them on the bingo card. But I will own up when they get shown. I'll go, I am taking this off on the bingo, but I did know about that one in advance. So, like, I'll take it in a different colour, being like, I kind of cheated with this one. We'll do it that way.
イベントが起こるんですけど、今空を飛びやすくなったみたいです。飛びやすくなったから。
I do appreciate that, like, a big part of this being a 45-minute direct. It doesn't feel overly long or like it's drawn out, but that a big part of it is like, once I've finished describing a mode in big detail, I want to do a full playthrough of a mode. So I think we're about to do a full 5 minutes of the building up Sakurai's ship and stats, and then go into the minigame portion and play through the minigames. You get like a really solid sense of this is what the gameplay loop actually is in practice, that so many of the directs don't get you. Stray Cat Rot, I think the thing that made Silksong take so long is expectations grew to an unsustainable point about that game. What was meant to start as a DLC and then became like, oh, well, it's big enough we could probably spin it off. We'll make another Hollow Knight, became like the most anticipated indie game of the decade, and the pressure to not just make another Hollow Knight, but like massively exceed those expectations, I think is probably what caused them to overthink things and try and add way more than the original scope and get really paranoid about like affecting it. Like, my suspicion is that's probably what that development pipeline was like.
自分の順位による報酬の2つがあります。まあだからとにかく稼ぐためには
Yeah, this is such a difference to the Mario Kart Direct. Because the thing with that Mario Kart Direct is we were expecting, like, show me, like, a battle mode or a story mode, or some kind of mode that I'm not expecting that isn't just the races. And that, it just never quite came. That was its big problem. Also, sorry for the sneezes. It is great watching, I love when the gameplay in a direct is from someone who really is amazing at the game. Like, watching something like this, it's so clear that Sakurai... Because, like, this is not always the case for game developers, and it's fine. You don't have to be good at playing games to design amazing games. But Sakurai is clearly incredibly talented at playing games, but also makes sure to play enough of his own games while he's developing them to get really good at them. It was the same as watching Smash Directs. It's really fascinating to watch, like, potentially months before a game is released, to watch, like, really good high-level gameplay. The kind of gameplay where it's like, oh, I can get a bit of a sense of what, like, a serious competitive scene for this game will look like a couple of months after launch by watching the developer playthrough footage.
儲かったおかげでだいぶスピードも速くなってまいりました。1位ですって。そうだな。これウィングスターにまた乗り換えてみよう。これだいぶ上に上がれるんじゃないですか。遠くに飛びますね。これはなかなか火山が見えますけど。火山の中にも入れますが、それは中身内緒にしておこうかな。
Yeah, you're right, Roll Spider. The other thing about Silksong is definitely that they're making sure all versions are ready for launch rather than launching in like one place and everywhere else coming later when they finish porting.
そろそろ時間も少なくなったので身の振り方を考えなければいけないです。身の振り方ってのはどういうスタジアムが出てくることを想定してどういうマシンに乗るかってことですね。これはゴルドーが降ってきた。なんだろうこの悪夢のような光景は。でも自分は飛べるからね。みんな頑張って。ああこんなに。
Good luck everyone else. Sakurai's getting the fuck out of here.
すごいゲーム。なんでしょうね。
Not his problem.
こんなたくさんのトゲトゲウニウニに支配されるっていうゲームってあんまないですよね。あ、そうだ。一つ触れておくとこれも。ちょっと今スペシャル使っちゃってましたけど降車できます。降りられるけどアイテムはその時拾えないですね。だから降ろされたり、降りたりしたらすぐに、マシンを乗り換えたりする方がいいと思います。そして身の振り方は決まりました。今回は飛行能力がないから飛行の何かで攻めるということにしようかな。あと5秒ぐらい。
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How are we doing on time, out of curiosity? We're getting
音楽も
there.
ぴったりと決まるという。
Oh.
飛行13、そして加速も12。
We still have 7 more minutes of
重た
direct.
さも上がってる
This
の
has
で、
been really
反
interesting.
面防御力とかも少しずつ上がってると思います。
Oh, those are some big stat bars.
何でもいける中でこういうのが出てきましたけど、やっぱりおすすめ
Are you gonna follow the recommendation?
というわけで、ポイン
Yeah.
トストライクに。
Watch him wreck these CPUs.
これ2回のチャレンジで、
I love how quickly when a level loads in, it's like, go, 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 go!
100を狙うよ。よしよし。見ての通り100にはシャッターがついていまして、そのシャッターのタイミングによっては全然狙っても取れないということがあるので注意が必要ですね。
What is... Oh, that's just Sakurai running around on the
他
floor,
の
I
人た
see.
ちの様子を見てみようかしら。いや、いいよ。また100を狙う。もちろん先に取られ、まずいね、このタイミング。危ない。今ギリでしたけど、ほらギリだ。
When he does his, like, chat about, like, says how he's feeling about how he's
カービィがちょこちょこ走ってます
feeling
ね。
playing the game, I believe him. It doesn't feel like forced performance.
はい、1位。はい、お疲れ様でした。ナックル・ジョーが、ライトスターに乗ってますね。これ
Oh
は、
no, Knuckle Joe has the most
スタジアムに入る前に
Absolutely
マシンが壊されてたりなかったり
basic
するとライトスターに戻されちゃうということになるので気をつけましょうということで、このゲーム面白いな。
I'm glad you think your game is a lot of fun, Sakurai.
ところでアイテムについての新要素。アイテムは新しいものを拾うと上書きされますが、使用中のものを一つだけ取っておくことができます。
You can hold an item in reserve.
コピー能力は毎回使い切りでストックできませんが、アイテムはストックに入り空きが出たら自動的に戻ってきます。ただし使いかけの状態で戻るのでご注意。半分使っていたら
Okay, you can use up half an item, then reserve it, then use the other half. Okay.
ほぼ切れている場合はストックされずに消滅します。スタジアムについて、たまにスタジアムが16人全員で一つに統一されることもあり
Sometimes
ま
the
す。
stadium is automatically selected.
前作と同じルールということになりますが、この場合スタジアム選択はなしです。コース開始前に予告がある場合といきなり全員一緒になる場合があります。予告がある場合、そのスタジアムに有利そうなマシンは
Yeah, you pick things up
みんな
automatically by
それ
bumping
も
into
駆
them.
け
Good
引き
accessibility.
フィールド時、アイテムの予言の書やアナウンスでスタジアム種を教えてくれる
Oh,
ことも
you
あり
can
ますが、
find an item
ア
that
ナウンスは
hints
たまに偽
of
情報を
what the
混
challenge
ぜて
is
く
going
る
to
からご
be.
注意。
Uh,
なお今回は
so you get
よ
hints
ーく見
that
る
will
と
point you
偽情
toward
報を
the
見破れる
challenge. Okay.
かも。なお一つのスタジアムには8人まで入場できます。人気が集中して同じスタジアムに8人以上が入ると自動的に2組に仕分けられます。そこで疑問が、たまたま1人だけのスタジアムになったらどうなるの
What
で
happens
しょ
if
う。
you're the only one who picks a stadium?
Total champion!
Ha!
あなたに敵はいなかった。大勝利です。一応その
Do you
後
get a shit ton of power-ups because no one challenged you?
遊ぶこともできます。これに勝っても負けても優勝になりますけれども、オンラインで
Okay, so there's a benefit to picking stadiums that no one else is
次のセッション
into.
につなぐのはエアライドと同じです。好きなだけ遊んでやってください。
Okay.
参加人数が少ない時の対戦時は投票によってスタジアムを抽選することもできます。前作同様完全ランダムにもできますので
You can make it
ルールをいじってみ
automatically
てください。
random.
スタジアムは同じ種類でもバリエーションがある場合があります。これはまたたっぷり遊べたもんですね。ファンに長年愛されたシティトライアル、ここに来て新作を
Okay, yeah, I see why you dedicated like half a direct to this
ぜひ
mode.
お楽しみください。オープニングで少し流れていましたが、今回メインテーマがあります。マシンと共にある喜びをストレートに歌った歌です。いくつかのコースの曲とともに任天堂ミュージック
Okay,
で
yeah,
その後
this
すぐに
was
公開されます
true
ので
that
よろしければ
some of the
どうぞ。
music's coming to Nintendo Music today. This really feels like it's. I'm kind of wondering if this is a September release now. Part of me wonders if this is September. It feels like it should be December. It should be as far away from Mario Kart as possible, but.
単なるコミカルレースゲームではないことは伝わりましたでしょうか。元のゲームは20年以上前のものですが、
Sakurai, you did a good job
古さを
selling
感じさ
this
せ
one.
ず斬新な、しかも他のゲームでは楽しめない遊びがあると思います。今回の番組はこれで区切りですが、紹介しきれていないことがまだまだあります。いずれさらに魅力を伝えたいと思いますので、ご期待いただければと思います。それでは。
Are we getting release date? Are we getting a release date? Apparently there is a release date out there. If it doesn't show up during the direct, I'll just ask chat. Yeah, apparently he left stuff out. Okay. Oh. Oh. Tell me there's a story mode with cutscenes. I want a fucking... Okay, 20th of November. Okay. It had to be near the end of the year because it needed to be pushed about as far away from America as it could be. Yeah, okay, it's the Black Friday release, which, honestly, this seems like a very family-friendly, interesting Black Friday release to have. I get it. Someone said it was $70 earlier? Okay. I'm guessing that's the end, yeah. Okay, that was pretty cool. I was pleasantly surprised with that. I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere, but I'm pretty confident this is going to be playable at Gamescom tomorrow would be my guess. That's why they're doing the direct today rather than Wednesday or Thursday as they usually do. Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for joining me for a 1 hour and 20-minute reaction to a 45-minute direct. I'm gonna go have myself some lunch and remember to go get paid for that meeting that made me be late for this direct, because if I'm going to be late for a direct, the least I can do is get paid for it. Thank you very much for coming along to this not quite live stream reaction of this Nintendo Direct. I will be back in a few hours with the opening night live for Gamescom. We'll do a little prediction stream, we'll watch all the announcements, see how that goes. Have a good rest of your day. I'll catch those of you who are back for Gamescom Opening Night Live when that happens. Catch you all soon.